Hello everyone. I've counted the votes, and the card you wanted me to talk about most is the one and only Hogger. Let's begin, shall we? Hogger's origin is a humble tale. Within Elwyn Forest, a wanted poster informed adventurers of the bounty on his head. A huge gnoll, Hogger, leader of the Riverpaw Gnoll Gang, is prowling the woods in southwestern Elwyn. He has overpowered all attempts at his capture. The Stormwind army has placed a generous bounty on the gnoll. To earn the reward, bounty hunters should bring proof of Hogger's demise to Marshal Dugan in Goldshire. Fresh heroes bravely ventured forth, confident in their skills and abilities, but they soon found Hogger to be a bit too much of a challenge. He was one of the first elite mobs that people encountered, with an evil amount of health, 666 to be precise. But after gathering more experience or recruiting a friend to help out, they were able to bring the beast down, cut off his huge gnoll claw, and show it as proof of demise. The memories of getting their asses kicked still lingered on though, and Hogger's reputation would only grow. Much like Chuck Norris, the memes were fresh and the jokes were dropped in trades. Surely, such a powerful being would drop legendary items. If you're going to fight him, you best bring a full 40-man raid. Hogger is super powerful. If you kill him, it's because he let you. The Chuck Norris of World of Warcraft, and some players would actually form level 1 40-man raid groups to bring down this indirect agent of the Defiance Brotherhood. When statistics were added to the game, they made sure to add a counter for the amount of times that Hogger kills you, and during the Confessor Pilcher's fight in the Trial of the Champion, one of the memories that she can spawn is none other than Hogger. At BlizzCon 2009, they also used Hogger as the final boss for the live raid with the Guild Premonition. He was charging through the raid team, immune to taunt, doing insane amounts of damage, and naturally, they were unable to overcome this mighty gnoll. With the Cataclysm revamp, they updated this questline, still keeping the bounty on his head, but this time you don't kill him, instead you reduce his health to 1, and the foolish General Hammond Clay decides to take him into custody in the name of King Varian Rin. Imprisoning the Riverpaw leader has come at a high cost, including the partial blinding of the Warden. I'm afraid I must ask of you the impossible. I've received my eye patch, because he willed it so. Countless thousands have perished to his wrath. It was only by a sheer miracle that we were able to imprison him here. Doing so was a grave mistake. We held out as long as we could, but then they came. From the shadows and darkness, gnolls in service of Hogger ripped my best men to pieces. You must defeat the Gnoll King, lest he mounts another attack and slaughters us all in cold, bloodthirsty rage. Fearing that Hogger might escape, Fellwater has authorized the Gnoll's termination with extreme prejudice, so they recruited heroes to go into the stockades and take care of him. You have performed a deed this day, unlike any I've seen in my long career. Hogger's death will plague the Riverpaw for years to come, and hopefully put an end to their attacks on our people. Greatest of heroes, please take this as a sign of my eternal gratitude. As you might understand by now, there's none who can truly stand up against Hogger, and it's no surprise that Samwise would love to add him as a hero in Heroes of the Storm. For now though, we can only fight him in Hearthstone as the very first opponent that you fight during the tutorial.
Oh, a new challenger! It's Jaina Proudmoore, the maid! Who will accept this challenge? Oh, the Scourge of Elwyn! Hogger the Gnoll! Gather round! Gather round! Let the battle begin!
With his gnoll friends and his mighty Hogger smash attack, the first enemy is quite the battle for Jaina Proudmoore, but the gnoll is kind enough and allows her to win.
A spell card. It can only be used once, so better make it.
You too can ask Hogger nicely to join your team, as he can be obtained as a legendary card from the classic set, with the ability to summon a 2/2 gnoll with taunt at the end of the turn. With the Whispers of the Old Gods edition, a corrupted version of Hogger, Doom of Elwyn, was added to the game, with a bit of a buff to his health, but now he will only summon a 2/2 gnoll whenever he takes damage, rather than at the end of his turn. Those that reach rank 20 during March, they were rewarded with the villainous Hogger card back to terrorize your unsuspecting foes. They say he bathes in the tears of young heroes, hence the wet dog smell. They say a lot about Hogger, and with good reason, since who doesn't know about this legendary gnoll? Who knows where his adventures might take him? For now, this is where we'll end the story for today. As always, I'll leave it up to you guys and girls to decide what card we're going to talk about next. So leave your suggestions in the comments down below, and who knows, your card might be used in the next video. Subscribe if you like my videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and until next time guys, see ya!